Hi, I'm Elizabeth O'Shea and this is my top 20 parenting tips. Tip number 6, catch your child being good and comment on it. It's a sad fact that we spend much of our time criticising, reminding, nagging, cajoling and shouting or worse at our children. We do it in the misguided belief that doing it will motivate our children to behave better. But the fact that our children still misbehave is evidence that this approach doesn't work. Children are hardwired to need our attention. They found that the best way to get this is by misbehaving. We're reinforcing their bad behaviour by the way we respond. So, what can you do? You can motivate using descriptive praise, noticing and commenting every time your child does something good or just okay. Our children may do many things throughout the day that are okay, but we don't mention them just because we believe they should do them. But we notice whenever they do something wrong and comment on it. This helps reinforce a child's belief that they're not good. It's a bit like a self-fulfilling prophecy. They always hear about the bad things they do, so they think they're bad. Evaluative praise, such as well done, good girl, terrific, although it's better than criticising, it's not effective because the child doesn't know exactly what they were praising them for. So, descriptive praise works like this. 1. You notice the small things that the child does that are good, okay, or show some small improvement in the right direction. You mention what exactly they did, so I notice you put your plate in the dishwasher. I see you hung up your coat, which is one of the 3 things you needed to do when we came through the door. I can see that you folded up your wet towel and put it back on the rail. Even if there are some improvements you'd like, you just notice the good things to motivate them. 3, you then point out the quality that the behaviour showed if it's appropriate. So that was thoughtful, that keeps our house tidy, that shows you're becoming very responsible, that was kind, considerate, supportive, honest, brave, things like that. The more you descriptively praise, the more the child feels you're noticing the good things they do, and the more they'll want to repeat them. When our children are good, it's easy just to ignore them. If your child often fights with their brother or sister or behaves aggressively, it's good to notice the absence of that bad behaviour. Although in the short term it might remind them of the misbehaviour, in the long term it'll help them learn that we notice when they're not fighting and they'll start behaving to get our good attention. If you're admiring a picture they've drawn, just describing the picture can be very effective praise. If they're playing, just giving a running commentary on what they're doing can be really affirming for a child. They feel important because you've noticed what they're doing and feel good that their play warrants your attention and description. A couple of words of caution. Don't use descriptive praise when you're feeling angry with your child. It'll come across as false and insincere. Also, don't use it to compare children. If possible, describe ways in which your child is improving compared with their previous behaviour. And lastly, try and incorporate using descriptive praise with your child 10 times a day. You could write them in a book and read it to them at bedtime. That would be a lovely end to a child's day.